As we talk about adulting and the transition to boys to men, I think one thing that we should consider also is mental health, especially among men. The pressure that is facing men nowadays, we see men are becoming, statistics show that so there's so much suicide, men are committing so much suicide among themselves. Yeah, they're becoming more violent. Some go ahead to more gymming. Yeah, others have become more violent. And I think I'd like guys to address this. What's happening? Yeah.
Okay, fine. That's a good point. That's a good topic to discuss. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see, like we discussed previously, that how being brought up when somebody is trying to transit from a boy to a man, or maybe how he's been brought up in the past, we have been brought up in a way that has been suppressing our emotions, you see, because you're not allowed to do this, to cry, or to shed tears. You're not allowed to do something like ladies have been doing. So that one makes us to conceal what we should have revealed then, that only come to be revealed after a long period of time. For example, look at this. This is a gentleman who is having financial issues, but because of the pressure, maybe he's landed a job that is earning 70,000. 7,000 might sound that much, but depending on the kind of life they're living, might be that little. So whatever comes to the status will force this man to go out and take loans to try and maintain that status. That is another liability, you see. So he has to struggle, and not until when the lady, maybe the wife, tries to understand this man, whether the pressure from the house, maybe from the family, you find that the only way this man can release stress is one, by just busting out one of these findings. When we just talk from one end, it's like you've been having issues. It just becomes so violent. Yeah, it just becomes a drunkard. It just goes out and do crazy stuff so that at least he can find some solace. And to the worst, suicide cases. The reason why people are saying that ladies are committing more suicide than men is because any single suicide case by a lady will be reported almost everywhere. But very many cases, suicide cases with men, nobody looks at them. Nobody will talk about them. Because men die inside. You may never know this has stress. Maybe this has died because of stress. Because they never share. Because we feel we could have trusted those who are closer to us. And let's say if it's a family man, maybe the wife. But now it becomes very worse. If he shares with the wife, other than helping, he fires back. You see? So he'd rather keep silent to himself and die from inside. So the moment we realize he's already gone, that is the problem that's ailing us. They're not opening up because of the environment around
societal mindsets.
Yes.
But also, you've really addressed it extensively on the part of the woman in a marriage setting. Perhaps among guys, among bros, why can't you share with your bros what you're going through? I mean, if you're really going through such a rough patch and these people are people you consider your friends, why would they be there for you?
Yeah, like, what makes it hard for you to express yourselves? Yeah, for instance, we had talked about mama's boy. What would make you fear going to express yourself to your mother about everything? Yeah, or any other person?
This is what happens. Unapata the way we have been raised up. Unapata we have been taught on how to be hard, as my friend said earlier. We need to have that muscle to take up every hard situation that comes along the way. But we need to understand one thing: there's no man who's an island. There's a reason why God created people and not just one person. And if you look at the story of creation, God created Adam first, and then out of it again He created Adam so that we can have that compassion. And another thing is you look at we human beings, not only as a man, we human beings, we tend to respond to compassion and your affection. So as a man, we find it difficult just because on how the society brings us up. So utapata, if I have an issue and I have to tell brother about it, utapata kama ni squad yako ukiwaambia manze niliachwa, nakwambia boys hiyo ni kitu ndogo manze hiyo ni life kwa ukianza kulia hivi ama uanze kushow affections ama uko stressed up hata ukuli nakwambia sasa unaanza kuwa na mama sasa.
Yeah, they'll tell you that.
So unaona, so inakuwa ukisha utaambiwa this and that unasema manze hakuna haja niende kujiexpress kwa boys, alafu ataanza kuona ni kama nimeanza kuwa falling short of manhood, and yet it's not supposed to be the case. I think it's good to be a real man. Real man, you need to speak up of what you're facing.
Cry.
And that's why you see like in sort of military and all that, if someone has been hurt, you need to take them up and move along with them until they can be able to stand on themselves. And you learn how to communicate to your brothers. So it means you need to have a true friend who can understand that this situation, it doesn't mean that if I feel bad I've been left by my girl, it's being less of a man, but it's just responding to the reality of the issue, because you also have feelings. It doesn't mean the fact that you're a man you don't have the feelings.
Yeah.
So it's good to have a group of friends. You're not supposed to walk alone. It's good to have a group of friends who you can comfortably share with them what problems you're facing, what challenges you're going through and all that, because ukiangalia the people who have been given a platform, the reason why actually even you find that ladies will live a longer life than men, it's because they have a way of sharing to one another and embracing one another within that situation, so they can be able to see it's okay, hata kama nimeachwa ama hata kama I'm facing this problem, I still have guys who got my back, they'll support me, they'll be there to ensure that I make the next step. But for the boy, wewe ngangana na hali yako, so utapata it becomes too much in the mind, and if you can't speak out utapata vitu imeanza kuwa tricky, unaanza kufikiria story nyingine, you feel like the whole world has turned against you, yet if you go out there and share, it will be better. Yeah,
So,
and to guys out there, I'll suggest a book or a program called Man Enough. If you haven't gone through it, you can get a book by Simon Bevy. It's called Man Enough, I'm Unleashing the Man Within. It's a good book to train you being a man, and there's nothing being less of a man if you speak out your problem to your friends. Yes, but huyo mwenye anakudharau anasema umeanza kuwa na mama, sasa yeye ndio akona shida.
Exactly.
I think it's the high time men, hata ladies, I know pia sisi tunaweza kwa tunasema hizo vitu za you have umama. I think it's the high time either men or women we take responsibility for the part we play in someone not opening up. Unajua ni kama mtoto, when mtoi akiwa mdogo and then akuja kwambie nilifanya hivi na hivi, and then you become so harsh, that child will never tell you anything. And I think it's a humanity thing,
So it's a society thing. If I go out and tell my people that I faced 1, 2, 3, especially in this story relationship where a woman has been involved, if I come out and say that this happened, unaanza kufia manze, kwa nini wenyewe wanaume mmeanza kuaje? And you remember history ya Nyeri when the men were being beaten. Unasikia sasa memes zimeanza kuflow ati kama ninja ni mtu wa Nyeri mimi si jamaa, those guys are weak. Yet you don't know what this guy what happened, they are big and all that. And yet utapata if you give them a platform to speak up and say what really happens behind the scenes, it will be much better, and you'll have men having a healthier life compared to what we have right now.
So what you guys are trying to say, it's like men are suffering in silence. Yeah, I might meet a man who is well put outside, but in the inside he's dead. Yeah,
we are bleeding from it.
Yeah. So there's this thing, like I really want you guys to address this. Christabel and I, we are going to be mothers at some point. Yeah, what is expected of us? How can I bring up this man who will turn up like akwe tu man enough to speak out his problems hata kuje kwangu or any other person, a man who can open up? Yeah, I don't want to raise a man who is bleeding inside. Yeah, how can I go about it?
First, before my friend comments, as mothers, I think it would be good you just train them to be a man, and to be a man comes, it entails a lot more than just being responsible and in whatever happens, and therefore being determined to face whatever comes on the way and enduring the hardship. You should just train them to endure the hardship, but they should not be reluctant to seek help if they can't, because you can only stretch to your limits, and if you can't go beyond that and you shut up, it means you're going to suffer, and yet maybe there was some help waiting at some point. You just need to open up your mouth and say, I need help here, and there's nothing wrong. There's totally nothing wrong in saying, I need some help. I need some help. This is how I feel about this and this. Can you be there for me so that I can be able to walk through this entire situation? And that's why you find that utapata even in things like when a person loses a relative and all that, utapata the side will be so harsh, mwanaume hafai kulia and all that. So you end up you end up keeping that pain in heart, yet by crying unaonyesha nini?
You're human. I think before you're a man, you're human.
Yes.
I think people should really understand.
Yeah, and it does happen. So it's good to express your emotions, but you be a man in it. And by being a man in it is you should be able to speak up with what you're facing. So if your son is facing a problem and mshoto namwambia wewe ni mwanaume endo pambane na hali yako, next atajua hata nifanye 1 2 3 nikitoka hapa nje atajua ni tricky, and that's why you find sasa juu inakuwa ngumu. I can't go and face my people and tell them I did this and that. Utapata we have scenarios whereby we have to run away from taking a particular responsibility because kuna hardship yenye najua nitaenda kuface in that scenario, and I cannot be able to speak up. Unaona, for example, maybe utaenda huko nje and you mess up, maybe you have a kid, you have happen to impregnate a girl, and maybe ukienda kuongea utaambiwa pambana na hali. Nobody is willing to understand the fact that I'm still a young man, I don't have a resource maybe to be in support of this lady and the kid. So maybe the parent or your mentor or whoever who has that kind heart to come in and support you. So you end up not talking, na mambo ikiwa ngumu unafanya nini? Unatoroka, unasema huyo mtu hii zikuwa wangu. No. So wewe unachangia to some extent.
Okay.
Yeah, just to add on that, if Velma and Christopher at one point will be mothers, even Vicky and I
will be
fathers. So one, as a mother, want to raise up this boy who will not ache from inside, will be from inside. Please just do a part as a mother. Please a part as a mother. You know what it takes to be a mother. Give the father his space. Can you bring up this family as parents? Both parents, father and dad. Number 2, learn to listen to your boy, that is your son. Then also try to learn to know when he is in his moods or when there is something wrong, and also try to train him to try and open up to you whenever there is anything he feels that is challenging him. By so doing, you bring this boy closer. Then after that, you also try to make him learn to be divergent with the issues. If this is impeding you, can you give him some space to share what he thinks of that? You know, there's everything to do with that. If I've shared, I'm having this problem, the best question you can ask me is, what do I think about it? Do you have anything? Do I have any solution to this? So that I can share my perspective. Then after that, you can also chip in so that you don't impose things. Okay, mom, I have this and this. Okay, fine. That's the problem. Okay, tomorrow I'll sort you out. Can you try to learn my thinking? Then encourage me to think divergently so that I'm a directional way of dealing with issues in life. So by so doing, you're embracing the boy child who understands the responsibility he has in life. 2, who understands that humanity is above everything. If anything impends me, I have to be human enough and express it, and I have to do something about it rather than just sitting down. Yeah, so by tukifanya kitu kama hiyo tutakuwa tunajenga boy child. Na hizi shida ndogo sijui mara nini tutamaliza with time.
Actually, if you look at lions, the fact that a lion doesn't normally they are not very good hunters, and therefore they tend to be in a group to go and hunt, not like the lionesses. So they come in groups, at least of 5 and all that, and they go out and hunt, and it doesn't make them less of king of jungles at the end of the day, because they'll end up feeding anyway, and they'll get what they wanted just because they moved as a group. So there's strength in moving together, having true friends and good friends who will be able to listen to what you have to say and to pour out your heart.
Yeah, from what I can gather again from what you guys have said, it's like women are part of the problem, right? So I'd like you to tell us how we are the part of the problem, and how does we have this verbal diarrhea,
Verbal
yeah,
diarrhea.
that one, yeah, how it affects it. And also we are being told to listen to, like, try to listen to what is not being seen, yeah, like maybe judge you by your actions, and hey, when my man does this, then there's a problem, yeah. How can I identify such a thing? And also, how can we create this safe environment for you guys to open up to us,
To the ladies
yeah,
in your life.
to the ladies in your life?
Okay, one, let me respond to that. One, the question was how can you create this right environment in bold letters.
Yes.
Yeah. So one, by being a mother, while they're saying that mothers in a way are also part of this. You know, a mother is a society in quotes. When you're a mother, you see as a society because you're carrying family. Because wewe ndo utakuleta hiyo familia isimame hapo.
Hata sisi tunabeba.
Tunabeba ndio, but unaona, remove the mothers from the equation and leave the man. We will diminish.
Yeah.
And you also remove the mothers from the equation.
Is that
We need one another.
We need one another.
yeah, we need another.
But in bulk, mothers are meant to train us
yeah,
naturally, just to be who we are. So that's my point. So that's where you come in. When we say that you're part of the problem, is that you, at most of the time, you don't play your part. How? One, we were saying if you had a child, boy child, maybe you had a girl child, what will be doing to the boy child?
it's not the same.
A lesser
Yeah.
than what will be doing to the girl child. Right from house, hair, vitu gani, do at tender age.
Mwanaume ni low maintenance.
You see, so you are segregating them. So can you do what is right there at that, as early as that? Then number two, there's nothing with being too verbal. There's nothing with that. But now what matters is what are you parroting about? Yes.
How are you packaging it?
This is what I love to say about that. We all go up and down saying that behind every successful man, there's a woman.
Can you disputing it?
I'm not disputing. This is what I have to say to add to that. If you want that statement to be actually very true, then you as this woman who's behind this successful man, there's no success that comes without you facing any hardship. So you should be there also. You should give me a shoulder to lean on.
I should make you nurture your dream, help you nurture your vision,
and be ready to listen to my problems. Usiniambie ndo pambane na hali yako and then nikisha make it behind every successful man.
And by the way, that woman always behind that successful man is not always the girlfriend. Yes.
How?
It has to begin from the mother. That is the woman.
Yeah. I think I'm understanding. I'm getting the point. Yeah.
That's the first woman that must be behind that man. Because
Actually, she's the first one.
yes.
Wow.
So you as a mother, can you play that part? Turn heavy, let's back on.
Of course, you'll be a mother to some successful man.
Yes.
So you'll be behind that man.
Imagine when you read books like Becoming and you see the way Michelle Obama alikaa na mwanaume.
But
you tend to think
Now just go outside the bracket and think of Michelle as a mother figure.
Yeah.
Now representing the mother. Something maybe the mother might not have done. We're not saying that she didn't do. So when you're reading such a book, collect everything that Michelle did and do to your sons for you to see them somewhere.
Like you see, the reason why a woman was created was because Mungu alipoangalia kona Adam ni kama kwa kisolo hapa the loneliness and all that, akona this guy is looking for compassion, akamkumba mwanamke, unaona. So you can be the girlfriend, you can be the mother, or you can be the mother figure, sisters, like maybe a stepmother or a sister and all that. So you play that key role of bringing compassion to this man, whoever who will be in your life at that particular moment. So if you play this role and they feel like they are appreciated as men in the society or as a guy in the society, and by being appreciated, he isn't kuambia, hey man, I know you're going through this hard situation, is there anything I can help you to do it, is there any way I can support you and all that. They feel they have been kuna hiyo compassion.
Just slightly, we do not have to wait to be mothers, by the way. Can you start now?
Let me just tell you something. You've not answered what I asked Vizuri. Yeah? Now leave alone mothers and all that, right?
Fine.
I'm your girlfriend. Let's say you are...
I'm even your sister.
Yeah, so we begin now.
Yeah.
And here.
Okay, sister, girlfriend, maybe wife, because we are headed there, right? So how do I listen to the unseen things my man is going through a lot? Haizi niambia, how would I know my man is suffering?
I have a
and also, secondly, how do I create this safe space for him to express himself? Yani hata say asifikirie twice ndo akuja niambie, like ikuwe tu.
Okay.
I don't know. Let me present something and then you guys can tell me if you agree or not. Seeing the unseen from the female perspective perhaps would be, we've already established that for a female, emotions come first. So your first reaction is always to react before you even think. But now we're being cultured to even, think kwanza before you react. I think the problem is how we react. So unajua how you package, vile mtu amekuja akakuongelesha, how you package your reaction, that's what determines if this guy is gonna open up to you or not.
Okay.
If you get to understand, if you are asking about how do you get to see the unseen and how do you play a role in that, if you get to know a man who is in your life, it can be a boyfriend, it can be a brother and all that, there's a way someone responds to stress, to maybe hardship and all that, and through that, if you're capable to come and talk to them, and at least even if they can't be able to open at that particular point, but at least show some willingness and show them that hakuna ubaya wowote ukiniambia tena, I'll be there for you despite the situation. By that, you can only see or you can only learn what is the problem if the man decides to talk. Ama si hivyo, then he has to show some symptoms. Maybe he'll be sad always, atanyamaza and all that, and then you'll see like he's always bitter anytime he's asked to respond on something. That's you get to understand, say amkuagi hivi ni kama kuna shida mahali, and you need to approach this person and talk to them and get to know actually what is the matter, what is affecting you, rather than kumwambia
how do I approach him.
So when it comes to talking and maybe and all that, you need to also to understand that this situation that this guy is going through, it might not be something that you solve hapo na inaisha. So it might be something that needs time, and you need to be there for this guy for the longest period of time as possible, mpaka he has gone through this thing mpaka imeisha kabisa, and then this guy will feel, okay, this lady is there for me, I do appreciate at least now she's the woman behind my success.
Now she's the woman behind the success.
What my brother is talking about. Sorry. When you've been in, when a man has been in your life for quite some time, you try to understand her. Sorry, you need to understand him and how he behaves. No man is born bitter. No man is born drunk. No man is born whichever kind of everything. Stressed. But now these life aberrations are the ones that they push that man to that extent. So I want to believe that if you have been in that life with a man, you understand which kind of man this is. So at some point you'll find that, hey, this man has not been like this. Why is he like this? That's a red line. Number two, how can you create safe space? Always as a woman, be ready to empathize and sympathize.
Wow. Hey.
You know, just saying, oh my, so researched. It won't do anything to me, but at least show some empathy. One, can you sit down and talk
Bring
about
your
it?
emotions on board.
Yeah, let me see you at least empathize
Bring
with
those
me.
emotions you keep talking about.
You know, it will give me open up, then I'll be relieved. But I'll say, okay, sorry. Okay, I think what you're working on, you know, yeah, same work, but now, can you try to be with me? Open up. That's the right environment. Otherwise, I want to open up. The next time nakuja, waniambianga, sawa tu. The other time naambia, pia amechoka na hivi tu. So it puts more.
In short, you have to prove that to me, you'll be there during my happiness, my success, and you'll be there for me during the worst situations.
Yeah.
But if you only prove that I'm there during, actually you'll find that mkianza kama ni story na kudate, mnaweza anza on a very high note, you guys are very happy and you have all
Honeymoon
these things.
phase.
Yeah, honeymoon phase, unaona? And then it gets to a point mmepata kashida, and then mwanamke like ko reluctant, sasa hata huyu mwanaume nilichagua kazi gani? So mtu anaanza kufeel sasa imefika ni kwa shida, sasa unani kama sister hii, and yet you should be there to embrace me, give me that comfort. Even this situation is very hard, but worry not, I'm there for you. Am I not making you happy despite the situation? No.
So this thing, you know, unajua for us ladies, it's very easy. If I maybe niende kwa Crystal Ben and cry about my trouble, and Crystal Ben aniambie trouble zake, we naona afadhali zangu, and that makes me feel better. And I don't understand why you guys, mbona msiende kushare among yourselves? Unaona, you might feel, oh, I don't want to share. Maybe that man ana suffer more than you, and just you exchanging those like your struggles, it might make someone feel better. So I don't understand why the reason why you would find it hard actually sharing among yourselves.
It's personality thing. As your personality has been shaped by the society. So but to you, it's, if I tell you, if you kama ulizaliwa nikakwambia this is a cup Velma, and then tomorrow comes and someone tries to convince you that this is a mug, itakuwa tricky, unaona? So it's good, just as said earlier, it's good to have true friends, and this change can only happen if you are the person who's going to start it. If I have a problem and I have a true friend and I go to him and tell him, you know what bro, I'm facing A, B, C, D, what would you advise? And then crack jokes out of it. Don't make it a big thing sana, but try to create that comfort environment and make your brother feel it's okay, easy bit will happen, but you don't have to stretch yourself so much to some extent that you can't accommodate. I'm here for you, I can help in any way that you want. Yeah.
Perhaps a question. When you're sorting support from your better half or the female in your life, what do you anticipate more, a solution or a shoulder to cry on? As in, can you just tell her about what you're going through without expecting a solution? Because umesema kuna ule atakwambia God will come through, but unajua sometimes, I don't know, maybe the solution I will offer, ama there's no solution really, you just wanted to talk. So which one takes precedence over the other?
Okay, fine. Just not share. I think when I'm coming to open up to you, I'm expecting you to also try and give me something to take home. So there's nothing like there's no solution. That's just a perception. If I share with you, just give me your thoughts and do the best you can. Once you've done that, well and good. At least I can be able to see, okay, this was a very tall corner, but at least we've climbed up to a certain point. So just that one is what has been missing for this fight.
So lastly, now that you've identified there's a problem, yeah, men are dying inside, what are you doing about it? Yeah, as an individual, and to help yourself, that is, and also to help the society. There are so small boys in the society as well. What are you doing to help them, yeah, and yourselves as well?
Okay, fine. So it begins at the doorstep. Yeah. When you are leaving.
I don't know why that was funny.
Yeah, so it has begun from within. We have siblings back at home. So, and we want to see to it that we're trying to iron out this problem once and for all. We begin, however small it might look, in every way of trying to come up with the solutions. We have to try to make our brothers understand that there's nothing wrong with expressing themselves. there's nothing wrong with trusting each other and trusting so that they can share. Then after that, amongst us now, you know boys how they choose their friends. Sisi tunakwanga na beshte, kuna wale mabeshte wako wa chuo, kuna wale mabeshte wako wa ploti, kuna wale mabeshte wako wa chuo, you see? So can we also have some friends we can confide in? And being but if somebody confides in you, can you also try to empathize other than just joking around? No, men we have this problem. Somebody's sharing a problem with us, then other than helping, trying to see to that we have found a solution, we now joke around with it, you see? So we have to change that perception and we have that listening ear. Can we listen to our brother? Having listened, what can we offer in that problem? Just let us share after that, and by so doing, I think we'll be slowly handling this issue of dying from within. Yeah, that's my thought.
So guys, it's not every tune that has been created by society that is good to dance to. I think it's good to embrace one another as brothers now. But sijasema watu waende kupeana hugs.
Why not?
But well, it's just a joke. By embracing one another, I mean we need to be there for one another's brothers. And another thing is, ukishakuwa na mabeshte true na umeambiwa boys amekuja kwako kukwambia kuna shida fulani, ako na machungu na maybe demu wake and all that, usianze kumwambia ati hiyo ni mama ama uanze kucheka. Si poa. At times it's good to be serious on these issues, because at the end of the day this guy might end up committing suicide, and then utakuwa hapa manze na Brian ameniambia na face 1 2 3 mimi nikanyamazia na cheki. So it's better to speak up right now and share one another and tell them it's not the end of the world, rather than there are other options that we can execute to solve the problem. And another thing is that we as the coming generation will be responsible to pass on whatever we have gained from the past generations. So it's good to change the tune. It's good to change their perspective and get to know there's totally nothing wrong to express to a friend what you're going through.
Yeah.
Actually, it makes you more of a man by doing that, because as a man you need to speak. You need to say, I'm facing A, B, C, D. Yeah.
Perhaps I would add, before we come under fire na tuambiwe wanaume don't handle things like that. I mean, if you're doing something and it's not working, you change how you're doing it.
Exactly.
You've already established that laughing and joking about it is not working. It is time to now be empathetic and listen. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah, that's all for today.
See you guys.
See you next time.
Peace out.